Oh, I've started working on this Volvo now. The first thing I've done, I got mortified. Now this has been to supposedly mechanics to get overheating problems fixed and everything, but that's ended up here because, not to pull my own chain, but generally I seem to be the only one that can get these old cars to do what they should do. But the first thing I did was remove the expansion tank, which takes the full pressure, and there's the 10-pound cap, which is normal. Now, I have noted the hose for the expansion tank needs replacing. If you look in certain places, it's been chewed into by the belt, like it's been rubbing on the fan or the alternator. So that needs replacing. But look what I found. No hose clamp. That's the way it was. You know, that's just absolutely obscene. I'm surprised that didn't blow off. If that blew off, that's that, you know. You lose a lot of water when it's running, no pressure, and pop. Oh, let's see what else I find. Yeah, that was within working on it for 5 seconds I came across that. And here's the damage to the hose. I could clearly see that just by opening the bonnet. It was right in front of you. So they've changed all the other hoses and put a new radiator in it and everything, but left that and no hose clamp. That's why I end up with a lot of cars. There's just fucking idiots out there these days. Well, I've got the radiator out now and all the fan and the hub assembly for the fan. I've measured how far I've got to work with, which isn't very far actually, only 60 millimeters. So I can fit a fan between the radiator and the water pump and the bolts. But it's got a nice little 3-core radiator in it, pretty new. Let's see if I can get it right. Yeah, it's not too bad. Some nasty stuff came out the bottom of it. I'd say it's just from when they boiled it, sort of cleaned the block out a bit for them. The radiator itself, it needs a superficial flush, but the core's beautiful. So, yeah, the fan and all that's just a joke. Now you see how narrow it all is. That wouldn't do shit. So, replace that and it should all be good. Oh, I've got the front grille off now and I'm looking at what they've done at the front here. I've driven through a lot of bugs lately, but it's not causing, you know, too much of an obstruction, and this was overheating from new. So I'm going to remove this fan because these cars are a bit underpowered with the amps, and all that is a restriction with this much space. Look how much space the motor takes up. Those fans aren't very good anyway. They're only good to help with aircon, but if the car's overheating, nah, they're shit. They actually detract from any good value. So you remove that and put a decent fan on the radiator, and that should do everything for you. Oh yeah, that's the air filter if anyone's wondering. Wouldn't want to drive through too much of a flood in this car, because that's your intake. That's not too far from the ground. Oh well, it's good for cold air intake though. Now for the fun bit, looking through my special book to select which fan I'd like. So I've written down all the details, taken measurements off everything I need on the car. I've worked out how many amps I can take in total, because it's only a small alternator, so I might have to upgrade, but I've set myself 20 amps to play with, or 240 watts. So that's more than enough, I'd say. So I've selected this one. My measurements, I can only get an 11-inch in there, especially because of this number, the distance between the radiator and the water pump. So that will fit. And that's the maximum I can get in there too, height-wise, 310. So, not too happy about it because it's only 11 inch, but it's the most powerful 11 inch you can get. Only takes 70 watts and it moves, not 70, it takes 83 watts. It moves 883 CFM. If you look at all the other fans in selection of the same size, got 11 inch, 12 volt, takes 140 watts and gives you 780 CFM. So you look at a different brand again, 11 inch, 12 volts, 90 watts, 870 CFM. So in here, 11 inch, 12 volts, 90 watts again, and 875 CFM. So I believe I've selected the best fan for the job. But if that still can't cut it, what I'll do, I'll reselect the same type of fan, but instead of a puller, like what I'm putting on the radiator, I'll get a pusher, and then, that's just which way it flows the air, and I'll replace the one at the front. So that'll probably be a 9 inch, probably. Pusher, so we're looking at another 73 watts, and it will give me 647 CFM. If we have a look at the type of fan it's already got on there, similar to this one, and it gives me 570 CFM at 140 watts. So I might have to replace that and still run two. But I'm still within my power limit. But we'll see what happens, because the 11 inch, yeah, I'll still have 100 and... what is it on my thing? 180 millimeters of radiator without fan on it, width-wise. So we'll have to see about that. And I also selected mounts and thermostat. So this is a magic book. There's everything you'd want in here, all sorts of fans, all sorts. There's all the fittings. It's all automotive related. More hoses, vents, seals. Receiver dryers, and there's a lot of them. Double page. Yeah, lots. If we go back the other way, go back past the fans, and we've got all the evaporator coils. All different evaporators and condensers now. Somewhere in here there's some compressors as well. Here we are, there's compressors. More compressors than you know what to do with. And more. Yeah, good book. Cool. Well, we're back at the radiator now. I swear this has got the same core as that Daimler I did in it. It's probably got made at the same place. But here's the dimensions I've got for the fan that I've selected. 310 high, which this is 310 high, but unfortunately 294 wide, which is there. You see there's a bit of radiator still open, but having the other fan there will help that side if this one can't do enough. We'll just have to see, won't we? But yeah, it's as good as I can do. And the 52 deep, well, that's perfect anyway, because I'll mount it off to one side. I won't have it centralised, I'll have it in the side more than likely, and that way it gives me more space between the water pump, which is a bit safer in case the engine moves if they jam the brakes on or have a small accident. But yeah, and that leaves this side open for extra fanage. I did think about getting two fans, but there's nothing there that will fit two side by side. So It's the best I can do. We'll find out how it works, eh? Well, that's a 10-inch fan, so you can see the blade configuration on it. Not the best. I'm going to take a few more watts than the ones that I look at. But that's going to be an arsehole to change, because it looks like they've probably had that fitted to the condenser and then put that in from behind and then put all the hoses on. So I might not be able to change that. Might not even be able to get it out. I don't want to have to degas the aircon just to change the goddamn fan. So we'll see what happens. But that might just be enough between that one and the new one I'm going to put on. It's not totally happy, but I will clean this coil so it looks like new. I think they just drove through a bug plague recently, because it's all fresh. Oh well, that should probably do for today's video. Nothing much to really say, apart from the Hyundai. I still can't be bothered doing the engine, but I should do it very soon, because I'm a lazy bastard. So, much prefer to do things like this though. You know, be rewarding at the end. Apart from working on a Hyundai, which you know will just break anyway. But yeah. Oh, thanks for watching. Oh, I came and looked through my book and I found the exact fan that's in that car. 10-inch, 12-volt, reversible blades, 80 watts, and it's so crap it doesn't even tell you the specifications. Now I had a look through the book. Skewed blade fan, the one I'd select, is 677 CFM. The not so good skewed one, which is that one, but still better than the straight, is 650. The straight is 647. And this one, I'd say would probably be about 600. So, we'll see how it does. Even if 600, because it's got half the blades as the other straight blade design does. So, that takes less power. But, yeah, we'll see. But for another 77 CFM, we'll see if it's worth all that trouble. Probably not.